Everly people, welcome back to the farm at Freewarden. What you got over there?
We put a weatherproof nesting box in there.
A weatherproof nesting box?
And a really big rock that was the size of an egg.
Ah, let's go take a look.
The hens are already looking at it.
So our big red broilers here, some of them are meat, some of them are eggs. Eggs for hatching, eating I guess too, but eggs for hatching for sure. And we were just talking about this in the house, and I guess Miss Delaney decided she needed to give them a nesting box. So we have a weatherproof nesting pail here. They'll pull all that hay and straw around and make a nest out of it. I want to address the myth that there are certain breeds of animals that come out tasting a certain way or another because of their breed. Y'all have heard of finishing a cow or, finishing a steer, right? That's where you specifically feed them something at the end of their life, or some do it all the way up through their life. They finish them. Sounds like they do it at the end, right? But really they can finish them from the point where they start eating forage and stuff to the point that they're butchered. Anyway, certain breeds of animals don't necessarily taste a certain way. Now, sure, there are some that taste better than others. However, what I have found to be very true is it's not so much the animal that you're eating as much as it is what the animal you're eating ate. You've heard the saying, you are what you eat, right? There's a new paradigm, and that comes in specifically when you're talking about animals and eating them. The new paradigm is you are what your animals eat. And this goes for flavor and taste as well. If you feed a pig at the end of its life corn, it's going to have not necessarily a corn aftertaste, but you're going to be picking up the oils from the corn. You're going to be picking up notes from the oils in the corn that is now in the animal's fat. Same thing with a chicken. Same thing with a cow. All right, what you feed that animal is, in essence, what you are eating. You are eating the flavor of what the animal ate that put flavor into its body. So if you don't like the taste of a particular breed, don't think that it's necessarily that breed. Consider the fact that it may actually have been what that animal was eating. Often the case, far more so than anything else, that people have an issue not so much with the animal itself that they're eating, but what that animal ate. If your animal ate a good, balanced, well-rounded mix of feed that was specific, biologically accurate, and correct to what its digestive process was and is and what it needed, then guess what? That animal is probably going to taste far better to you than if that animal was eating something that wasn't intended to eat by nature. We have to work along with the nature of the animals and the nature of the land, and those both in symbiosis, and we're going to have good land, healthy land that produces healthy animals that taste really good. So this is just one of the things that I've noticed is you know, somebody once mentioned to me that Duroc pigs have this, you know, this boar taint to them, and it's like, well, I'm not saying that they're wrong, but our pigs have Duroc in them, and I tasted absolutely zero boar taint in them. I mean, the flesh was sweet, it was succulent, it was tender, it was juicy, no problem whatsoever with how it tasted. And I'm not even going to add anything to these pigs. I'm not going to finish them on anything. I don't plan on it anyway. So our pigs have Duroc in them, no boar taint whatsoever. Just because somebody had a pig with some boar taint in it doesn't necessarily mean that it was that breed. It could have been what that breed was eating. It could have been how that breed was raised. I mean, you just don't know these things. That's why we like to raise our own animals or know where our animals came from. We like to know what's been going into those animals, how they've been raised, how they've been treated. You know, were they under constant stress? Were they under a lot of anxiety and fear? You just don't know unless you know the people who raise that animal and have spent time with them and know how they day in and day out run their farm and what their philosophy is for how they treat animals. Same thing goes with our chickens here. Cornish cross. I know some people think that Cornish cross are this, you know, genetically modified mutant bird. They're actually not. Cornish cross, it's a very simple formula. A Plymouth White Rock, that's where you get the rock, and they take a Cornish chicken, that's where you get the Cornish, and they slap those chickens together, and those chickens have a baby. And then they take that baby and they breed it with another baby that was bred by another pair. All right, so you've got this cross between a Cornish chicken and this cross between a Plymouth White Rock, or a White Plymouth Rock. I'm not sure. Anyway, either way, you know what I mean. You'll look it up, it's gonna come out the same either way on Google. You take these two chickens, you make them have a baby, you take that baby, and you make it have a baby with another that's been crossbred the same. You've locked in the genes, and now those can produce Cornish cross rocks and consistently produce a Cornish cross rock. Pretty simple and common thing. So there's no genetic modification there. It's simply crossbreeding like people have done for thousands of years. It's just now we have these two different breeds, the Cornish chicken and the White Plymouth Rocks, and they're bred to basically create a super fast growing chicken. Now, is it the healthiest chicken in the world? Well, that depends on how you raise it. One of the reasons we're raising them on grass is so that they get lots and lots of fatty omega-3 oils in their diet, so that they get lots and lots of beta-carotene. And you know, we want them to have really nice yellow fat. We want them to have really strong bones. We want them to have really healthy muscle and fat, so that when we eat that, we're eating the healthiest possible chicken meat that we can get our hands on. So if you have a problem with how a Cornish cross tastes, or how a pig tastes, or how anything tastes, maybe consider that it's not that particular breed. It might not even be that particular animal. It might be all in how that animal is raised. And if you simply discount the animal entirely and go, I'm just not gonna eat that ever again. For example, you know, some people do have a problem with pork, but the question I would ask, is it really the pork, or is it how that pig is raised? If you treat your food like crap, then don't be surprised when your food treats you like crap. I mean, look at these little guys behind me. They've been running all around ever since I moved them on the fresh grass. They're eating insects, they're eating the grass, they're picking up seeds that have fallen to the ground, and we move them like this every day. Why? So that they have the healthiest possible environment, the cleanest environment, the healthiest possible food that we can give them, and keep them safe and keep them from being taken off and eaten by other animals, and grow as quickly as possible, but as healthily as possible, some really good quality tasting meat. Anyway, I hope I got my point across. It's not so much your meat that you're eating, but it's what did your meat eat. That's what you really are at the end of the day. The quality of food that your food ate is going to tell you something about the quality of the food that they become when you eat them.